Hey there, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple driven by intentional living and adventure.
Burned out from the 24/7 grind of running our business, we traded the hustle and the bustle for something more meaningful.
We parted ways with most of our belongings and moved to the coast.
Listen along as we chat about life's challenges, share inspiring stories of those who have taken big leaps to live a life outside of the norm,
and help you live with more intention and less physical and mental clutter.
Each episode is a step toward doing and being just a little bit better for ourselves and the world around us.
Life's an adventure after all. Join us for the ride.
It's the Arner Adventures podcast.
Hey there, everybody.
Hey, hope you're doing good out there. We just got back from a little trip to Bryson City, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And our summer's starting out just right.
It really is. I hope that you all are having a wonderful summer and not feeling too much pressure to get crazy and do a bunch of stuff, which, interestingly enough, is what we're talking about today. Not getting crazy.
Not getting crazy, but just not putting too much pressure on the summertime.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of build-up to it, you know.
There is a lot of pressure to do summer right.
Yeah.
And you know what? The last thing you want is to get excited about summer and then you've got summer burnout. Yikes.
That's right. And then you're doing summer wrong. And you don't want to do that.
No.
You want to land somewhere in the middle.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that today and some of the things that we have encountered, some of the things that we have learned. And if you have some tips or tricks on how to do summer right the low pressure way, send us a little DM, whatever, we'll share it. You know, all the links to all the things are in our show notes and we love hearing from you guys. So yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. We try to respond to every single message and we love it. And of course, we want to thank everyone listening to us right now, whether you're a new listener, a seasoned listener who's been here since the beginning. Hi, Mom.
Yeah. So, well, what we're leading up to is we, a few years ago, walked away from the business we had built, spent years building it up. And for a long time, our lives revolved around growth, work, deadlines. Success was measured by how busy we were, like with a lot of people. There's always another client, another project, another thing to accomplish. We like accomplishing, but everything was just geared around that. And eventually we were exhausted, especially the nature of our business. You really could go round the clock, and anybody that runs their own business kind of knows that. So we made a change.
We did.
We sold the business, downsized our lives, moved to the North Carolina coast, and built a lifestyle around something we thought we'd been missing. Mm-hmm. What were those?
Those were time, freedom, experiences. And the funny thing is that even after making all those changes, we still found ways to put pressure on ourselves, which, it's like, oh, we've been missing out on all these things. Now let's try to get them all. Let's try to do it right. Let's try to do it the perfect way. So that kind of leads us to what was still happening. Even though our lifestyle is about slow living, intentional living, these things still happen. So let's talk about the summer burnout, which people don't talk about a lot, but it really does happen.
Yeah, it sure does. And yeah, with that kind of move that we made, it did kind of put a little bit of pressure on that. Well, if you're going to move all the way to the coast, then you got to be doing fun coast stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And real life just isn't like that, And right through last summer, we lived just a few minutes from the beach. And, the beach where people save vacation days to spend a week there or sometimes invest in property there that costs a lot of money. And we'd wake up on a nice Saturday morning, look outside, and start negotiating with ourselves. Well, we should probably do something.
We should probably go to the beach.
Yeah, probably go to the beach. But, we're just like anybody else. After a week of work, we kind of wanted to just enjoy our house on a Saturday morning, I think. Yeah.
The weather was usually, pretty nice. We felt like we should take advantage of it. Uh-huh. The beach looked perfect. We should be there. The weekend's free. We should make it count. Mm-hmm. It's strange kind of looking back on it in a way of those things. We had already built the life we spent years wanting, yet we were still treating our free time like it was a performance review,
Yeah, sure.
The pressure that we had from our own business just changed locations, whether we were central North Carolina, eastern North Carolina, now western North Carolina. I think we've learned a little bit better. We are having the conversation, but we've talked about this before, that when we first got here, we still kind of, a few weeks after the move, are sitting and talking about all the places that we want to visit. There's a list of them, the various places in Western North Carolina, and then someone will recommend another town or another trail, another waterfall, and the list keeps growing. It's very similar to like travel burnout. Yeah. When you go and you want to do all the things. And so at one point, we just looked at each other and realized we had somehow turned this exciting new chapter into just another checklist.
Just another checklist, yeah. And we were doing the same thing that we did at the coast. Instead of feeling grateful for where we were worrying about all the places we hadn't been yet, and the pressure hadn't disappeared. It had simply changed scenery,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because, you think you move some, I think anybody does that. They move somewhere and they think, oh, I got to start getting around and get to know everything. But, real life just doesn't work that way, does it?
Right. I think that, it's like when you start reflecting back on summers that you used to have and some of those summer memories, it's like the ones that you remember most are not usually the ones you photograph the most. It's not the ones that look most impressive on social media. It's the summers that you genuinely remember. And, what's interesting is that very few of those memories involve elaborate plans. Like I remember taking Betty White to the waterfront in Beaufort in the summers.
Yeah, it's just the little things you do in the summers that make summer. That's kind of fun to do. I remember sitting outside with coffee before the town woke up. And I remember bike rides that, didn't really have much of a destination. And because I love riding my bike, and I usually don't have a destination. I just go around. Yeah, in the summers. Well, it's spring and fall are good too. But yeah, if you like riding a bike, you'll like riding it in the summer.
Or those summer evenings when we sat on the front porch and after the sun went down, and just random walks and,
the things that just kind of happened.
Yeah. Stopping whatever we were doing. Remember, we would be in the backyard and you were grilling, and all of a sudden there would be this gorgeous sunset with pinks and blues and purples, and it would just be so pretty. I mean, all the things, whether you have dogs, whether you don't have dogs, but sometimes I feel like nature and pets and the things outside sort of keep you grounded in that moment. Or none of those things, I should say, are probably going to make a bucket list, but they're the moments that really stay with us. And they're the things that make summer so memorable and quote unquote doing it right,
Yeah, that's right. Watching the fireflies light up at night.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
We haven't seen that in so long, and we just saw that recently.
Yeah. So maybe we're making summer harder than it needs to be. We're all guilty of that at times. We think a lot of us start summer with good intentions. We want to enjoy it. We want to make memories. Spend time outdoors. Take advantage of the longer days. Starts on Memorial Day, ends on Labor Day, and it can start feeling like we're being graded.
Yeah. What did you do this summer? Did you travel? Did you do enough? Did we make the most of it? And social media certainly doesn't help. It's like every scroll brings another vacation. Someone's living their best life in the Caribbean, whatever it is. And it's easy to feel like everyone else is having the perfect season while you're sitting at home folding laundry. The reality is that most people aren't posting their ordinary moments. We've said that 1,000 times when people say, oh my gosh, your pictures online are so gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, but understand, like, we come back and we're still posting from that trip, or we're posting the highlights. We're not posting when we were arguing in the car about where we couldn't find something, or who's going to drive, or my back hurts from the travel, or whatever the situation is.
Or I never sleep well when I'm on the road. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. If you ask most people about their favorite memories, I bet many of them would be surprisingly ordinary.
That's right, yeah. The best part of our day is usually outside. I just like being outside in general. So one thing we've noticed through the years, is that we almost always feel better after spending time outdoors. Not because we're hiking mountains every day. Not because we're chasing adventure. Usually, not that I'm not out flying a kite. I kind of never understood that one anyway. Usually it's something much simpler. A walk, a bike ride, coffee on the porch, time with the dogs.
Oh, watching the dogs, do their zoomies outside, like things like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's fun.
When they're playing and they're like trampling on each other. I think it's hilarious.
And you didn't have to get dressed up with them to go outside. You can be in shorts and flip-flops.
Yeah.
Fresh air after staring at screens all day.
Oh, it's the best.
That's always fun.
I want to talk to you about some research that has been found because we can
I'm
talk.
all ears.
We can talk about this stuff all day long about how much things benefit us and things that we recommend, but I like to back it up with research. So research is found, and we'll link to all this in the show notes, that spending time in nature, this shouldn't be a surprise if you've listened to us for a while, can support mental well-being and reduce stress. One study even found that people who spent at least 120 minutes per week in nature were more likely to report good health and psychological well-being.
Sure.
I mean, that statistic doesn't surprise me at all.
Me neither. Yeah. Some of the best conversation we've had have happened while walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking, there's a rhythm to walking. You get in a rhythm. You get it's a good time to start a conversation. It's meditative too.
Yeah.
Some of our best ideas happen outside. Some of our hardest days felt a little easier after getting some fresh air.
Definitely. And that's one reason why we created the Get Outdoors Challenge, because if you haven't been here listening to any episodes in June is the Get Outdoors Month, Great Outdoors Month, however you want to report it. They're both great. Get Outdoors or in the Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
So we created a Get Outdoors Challenge, not because we think everyone needs an epic adventure, but we just wanted to remind you all to step outside, touch some grass, experience the world that's already around us. It's super easy. 30-day challenge. You can start anytime. If you're listening to us, mid-June, you can start and go through mid-July. As Jerry always says, make sure that it's
30 days in a row. Yeah, you can't start mid-June and go through mid-September and space them out.
Right. I mean, you could if that's your thing, but we encourage you to do it 30 days in a row.
30 days in a row,
So you're building a habit.
That's right. What we're choosing this summer, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. This summer, we're still going to travel. We're still going to explore. We're still going to have adventures, Arner adventures, that is.
That's right.
But we're trying to let go of the feeling that every weekend needs to be memorable. We're trying to stop treating summer like a limited time opportunity that has to be maximized.
Yeah, we're trying to enjoy the season while we're in it instead of constantly wondering if we're doing enough. I was thinking about our friend who I told you used to live in Miami, who said that she had to leave because it was so beautiful all the time that she felt pressure to be outside all the time, and she couldn't do her work. Like, she couldn't be productive. She always felt like she had to be outside, and she was putting this pressure on herself. So if we've learned one thing from changing our entire lifestyle, it's this: that the pressure doesn't disappear just because your circumstances change. Like, you have to decide to let it go. Whether you're letting go the pressure to be outside every day because you live in South Beach, Miami, or whether you're letting go of the pressure of, your success of adding 10 new clients this month, whatever it is, you have to decide to let it go. My mom always told me, wherever you go, there you are. So you have to change what your view of the situation is. And maybe doing summer right isn't about seeing more places or checking more boxes or filling every weekend,
Yeah.
Maybe it's as simple as paying attention to the life that's already happened around you and just slowing it down.
That's right. And thank God that wherever you go, there you are, because the first time that happens, that you're not there, So, yeah, you know what? You just want to pay attention to the moment, because that's where the best memories begin. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.